So the speculation continues in San Antonio. What's going to happen with Kawhi Leonard? Or better question, what happened between Kawhi Leonard and Popovich, Greg Popovich? Jacob, we'll start with you.
Yeah, what happened, Jacob?
What happened? Give us a lowdown.
I have no effing idea what happened, but this is what I want to happen.
What do you think? I mean, what could have possibly happened to fray this relationship the way it happened?
I just think Kawhi Leonard didn't want to play.
But he doesn't seem like that type of guy.
Yeah,
maybe he's quiet. How would you know, Jimmy? He doesn't say a word.
I know, but I've never gotten that impression with. I mean, he's won there, more than many.
Maybe he wants to be free. I mean,
have won in their NBA career.
Maybe we can equip.
It could be his team. It could be his city.
This could be somewhat similar to
around him.
Playing for Bill Belichick and how some people don't like that.
A little bit of that.
Same thing as with Greg Popovich.
Maybe the locker room was torn.
Exactly.
The asshole factor.
The asshole factor. Exactly.
Greg Popovich is one of those.
I just feel like any coach.
Danny Amendola.
I feel like any coach that's been a head coach for quite some time, for decades, just like Popovich, just like Belichick, that's just bound to happen, right?
So you think he doesn't like Pop?
I think
that's what this is all about.
I think that has a little bit to do with it.
There was a medical issue,
and I think the medical thing just sort of boiled things over because I think Kawhi and his people, as Popovich said, remember when they asked him, "Is he going to play in the series?" He was like, "You have to ask him and his people."
Yeah.
Obviously,
that was a telling quote.
There's a disconnect there. Exactly, there's a telling quote as to Kawhi Leonard saying, like, look, if my guys don't say I'm 100%, I'm not playing. Even though the team officials say that I'm good to go, I'm not playing. I think Popovich took that to heart and said, listen, you're the leader of this team. Why aren't you playing?
All right, then let's say he's gone.
Okay.
Celtics obviously have the pieces to make it happen. Do you want Kawhi on the Celtics next year?
Absolutely. Yes. Go trade for him. Why? I believe he's a top 7 player in the league, Jimmy.
Would you trade Tatum?
Yep.
Would you trade Brown?
I would trade one of the two. One of the two.
Trade Tatum and Rozier or Brown and Rozier?
Yes, I would.
Jacob,
because I'm in the belief.
Banana land.
I am in the belief, Jimmy, that you should sign Marcus Smart over
Jason. You lost your mic.
You should sign Marcus Smart over Rozier anyway. So if you're going to trade Rozier, trade him in that package with Brown or Tatum. I would probably do Brown in this case.
Wow.
Dude.
And then go get Kawhi Leonard. So you have Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, Al Horford, Gordon Hayward.
While the Celtics are grooming a potential Kawhi Leonard, you want to just see them just ship him away.
How about this? If the Celtics get the NBA, let's say that there's a realistic chance the Celtics could get to the NBA Finals this year. Let's say they do. Without Kyrie, without Hayward.
Yeah.
You're still okay with blowing this thing up to an extent to bring in a guy who's you just said it. We know nothing about this guy.
No, we don't.
We know nothing about this guy.
I know what he can do
Here's why I think it's a bad idea.
When healthy, he's a top 5 player. I'll give you that.
Here's why I think it's a bad idea. Kawhi doesn't really, his personality does not fit that of, I think, what a Boston fan enjoys watching. They like the rah-rah guy.
When he first came here?
I mean, when he's
because
healthy,
we're just seeing Al Horford's emotions come out. So
exactly,
I don't know.
and now you're finally not hearing anyone complain about him. Everyone loves Al Horford right now because he's showing that emotion. He's showing that production. Don't get me wrong. It comes down to production. Yeah. But the way Kawhi
produces,
the way Kawhi is super, super quiet and reserved and doesn't show that much emotion, I think that, like, the fans just wouldn't be drawn to him where, and I'm not saying that Tatum and Brown are super outgoing either, but they're a lot younger.
Tatum's a pretty quiet kid.
They can still grow into.
Tatum Brown's pretty quiet as well.
Yeah.
They are.
You can barely hear him in the scrum.
They definitely are, but they're younger. They can grow into that, role. I think that the Celtics can easily build around them. They already are. I mean, clearly we're seeing it, right? You can make the case that Celtics should trade Gordon Hayward instead of Jaylen Brown. You can make that case.
That will never happen in a million years.
But you can make that case.
No, you can't.
I think you can make that case. That's a topic for another day.
I think that one is tough, but what about Kyrie Irving? They make the exact same money.
No, just wait.
I'm just saying.
Let's not go off the rails here. We can talk about this another time.
But I wouldn't do it. But
I'm just saying I don't think Kawhi's personality is a good fit for Boston, and I'm not sure how much better you get in the long run. You might get better if you're trying to win this thing with Hayward, Irving, and player X, and you have a 2-year window and that's it. Then yeah, you would want to do that. But if you want to build around guys for the next 10 years, you got to hold on to somebody like Tatum. You got to hold on to Brown.
You also have to pay them.
And you know what?
You're gonna have to pay Kyrie in a year and a half. You're gonna have to pay Tatum.
So figure it out. It's the figure it out.
Jalen in 2.
Warriors figured it out. I mean, teams figure it out.
Let's see if the viewers can figure it out. We want to see your comments below this video. What do you guys think? Give us your take.
Trade for him.
Kawhi Leonard, a Boston Celtic. What's it going to take? What would you be willing to give up? Or do you think you should see the Celtics just pass on the whole thing altogether?